Sharper Point Commentary, presented by Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
Yesterday, Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays sent a letter to the Arizona Commerce Authority that some people might describe as whining about all the whining and dining that the ACA did with the CEOs and business leaders during last year's WM Phoenix Open in Scottsdale and Super Bowl 57 that was held in Glendale. Some lawmakers are so mad about it that they're threatening to shut down the Arizona Commerce Authority. And Mays says that the ACA may be liable to fraud and misuse of public money, and that the amount of money spent on what were called CEO forums, $2.4 million at the 2023 Super Bowl and the past 6 Waste Management Opens, violates a provision in the Arizona Constitution that makes it illegal to make a gift of taxpayer money. They give valuable benefits to a limited class of private persons without receiving any legally cognizable benefit in return, Mays wrote in her letter. This letter came right after the president of the Arizona Chamber of Commerce, Danny Seiden, who's also a board member for the Commerce Authority, responded to the proposed legislation to shut down the agency.
They helped sell our state, and by any measure, they've been successful. Last year alone, Arizona was the #1 state in the country for foreign direct investment with a record near $60 billion.
Seiden says the ACA is a major reason why Arizona's economy is performing well.
It made us one of the most globally competitive places to do business in the country.
So he feels like ending the state agency known as the Arizona Commerce Authority isn't a cost saver.
That jeopardizes 100,000 jobs over the next half decade.
AG Mays has not yet decided whether to go after anyone who was involved in prior decisions. She said the Commerce Authority is free to hold future forums that, quote, confer nominal value on attendees, but she warned the Arizona Commerce Authority against a repeat performance as they invite executives to come to Arizona for this year's Waste Management Phoenix Open next month and the NCAA Men's Final Four tournament in April. I'm not a big fan of crony capitalism, where sometimes major employers end up barely paying taxes and in other cases get billions in government handouts to build their factories or headquarters or warehouses in our state, something that we have seen with the Taiwan semiconductor plant in North Phoenix. So complaining about $2.5 million in public funds spent over 6 years would seem to be teeny tiny in comparison. But if it runs afoul of the Constitution, it runs afoul of the Constitution. Maybe to make this a little more fair, instead of just whining and dining the CEOs, they can bring along some of the rank and file workers. Some of the folks that roll up their sleeves to build the things that we want built here in Arizona. Let them get wined and dined a little bit, and maybe there'll be a little less whining about the whining and dining. I don't know, but is anybody going to go after the billions in government handouts that are given to these companies once they get here?
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's morning news and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.